Like many of its aviation counterparts, Garuda Indonesia, the Indonesian flag carrier, is facing tough choices after a rough 2020 for the global aviation industry. However, one of its planned moves could set it in conflict with one of the biggest aircraft leasing companies in the world. This potential conflict is stemming from a plan that was revealed during a virtual press briefing hosted by Garuda Indonesia and the Indonesian state-owned enterprise ministry. The move that is in question is the plan to terminate the lease of 12 Bombardier CRJ-1000 aircraft, which have been part of the Garuda fleet since 2012. The aircraft would be returned to the leasing company Nordic Aviation Capital. Besides the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on the airline and aviation overall, one of the big reasons regarding the move is an ongoing bribery probe that involves the procurement of the aircraft. During the press briefing, the state-owned enterprise minister of Indonesia, Erick Thohir, was quoted saying, "There are two issues. First, obviously the legal case, and the second is the force majeure because of the COVID-19 situation." While the lease of these aircraft are due in 2027, Garuda will be looking to return these aircraft much sooner rather than later. As for the bribery probe, this was launched in November by the UK Serious Fraud Office surrounding the dealings of the aircraft along with the Canadian-based Bombardier Aircraft Manufacturing. The 12 CRJ-1000s are part of a total of 18 of the aircraft that are part of Garuda Indonesia's fleet, with the 12 in question delivered between 2012 and 2015. These aircraft are often deployed by Garuda on short and regional domestic flights. Along with the 12 that are part of the lease agreement in question, there are 6 other CRJ-1000s, which were directly delivered from Bombardier, and Garuda is in separate talks to settle payments earlier than the schedule of 2024. While the smaller aircraft does have its benefits, it has proven to be costly for Garuda Indonesia, and some have pointed out to this as there have been estimates that Garuda is losing around $30 million annually operating the aircraft. Some observers have pointed out that the aircraft doesn't really fit in well with Garuda Indonesia's fleet, especially the 96-seater aircraft doesn't fit well with the Indonesian domestic market, which before the pandemic, airlines including budget competitors were operating Boeing 737 and Airbus A320 aircraft with more seating capacity. Also, another issue that brought up the costs was the issue of maintenance, as there isn't that much support and technical services available to service the aircraft within the area. This particular plan to return the aircraft hasn't been set in stone yet, and already there is a response from the Nordic Aviation Capital Group, which one would assume isn't going to be taking this lightly. In its own statement, Nordic Aviation stated that it has yet to receive any notification from Garuda regarding the termination of the contract, and emphasized it isn't a party involved in the ongoing bribery probe investigation, saying, quote, "For the avoidance of doubt, NAC is not a party to any investigation into the selection of the aircraft by Garuda in 2012, and there has been no allegation of any wrongdoing on the part of NAC in relation to the placement of the aircraft." NAC then addressed directly the potential of the termination of the lease agreement, saying, quote, "NAC has continued these discussions, but there has been no agreement to date and no termination notice has been received. The lease agreements thus remains in full force and effect, and NAC expects Garuda to continue to honor its contractual commitments." While NAC is sympathetic to the commercial difficulties of Garuda, it is confident of its position and absolutely determined to protect its commercial interest. The moves and plans are not final yet, though Garuda could be making a move that could bring in more trouble in an already rough period for them. I definitely hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Flights in Asia, highlighting the news and updates from the aviation and travel scene in the Asia Pacific. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.